One in the chat if y'all can hear me. One in the chat. One in the chat. Can y'all hear or what? What's up? Make sure y'all hit the like button coming in, man. You can hear me, Jessica? Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly, man. You know, when I'm doing these lives quickly, the lunchtime lives, they're not going to have all the production and everything. I just want to touch with y'all real quick. Let's touch on some things, right? Let's touch on some things. Thank you very much, Reese. The Cash App is $Heaven Hollywood. If y'all want to, so, hey, Shay. Soon, Shay, very soon. That's all I have to say. One of the things I look forward to. Shay about to be real good. um. Anyway, what's up, Sexy 60? What's up? What's up, Jessica? Darius, what up? So we're gonna go over real quick. We gotta talk about Taylor Swift and these racist fans. We gotta talk about Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and Ray J, and of course how the Drake lawsuit is going to be able to shake up the industry if it happens. Now, y'all can check this out. Look at this article, right? Y'all let me know if y'all can see that. Hold on. Let me know if y'all can see that. What's up, the Libra? I'm gonna be sharing something. Like, come on, man. All right, can everybody see that? Okay. Oh, did you see us acknowledge? I'll be sure to show everyone been talking about. No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I mean, well, us is gonna acknowledge. I'll be sure he's an R&B legend, right? So this is what behind the industry, formerly of, in case you didn't know, this is what they posted, right? Now, 3 months ago, they posted in their segment called Industry Secrets. They posted something that says Drake is about to make a major move and the labels want to stop him. The labels, mind you, this was 3 months ago. This is why I say this girl is the GOAT. And if y'all ain't messing with her, y'all need to mess with her. Because she's quietly sitting over there, just quietly being the GOAT. And only a certain amount of people know about her site. And I think she probably wants it that way. Only a certain amount of private people know about her website. But this is something that she's been doing for years. And a lot of times this is how I know stuff, and she knows stuff a lot of times from me. We'll converse back and forth, and I may tell her about something that, more of the older stuff she'll get from me, right? The stuff that really happened when she was a youngin' or 13, 14, or wasn't really in the industry yet. But some of the newer stuff, she has way more connections in the industry still than I have. So she said here, very important part of this. She said, way back, um, I'll go down to where it says, but now that the grass is cut, now that the grass has been cut and the snakes are revealed, Drake is realizing that he was looking out for people who never truly had his back. Universal is behind this hate train, allegedly. It seems he's gearing up for a significant move, dropping new music while clashing with Spotify and other streaming platforms over allegation of stream manipulation. 3 months ago, people, with Spotify and other streaming platforms over allegation of stream manipulation. By withholding his music from these platforms, Drake is making a statement. Don't be surprised if he files a lawsuit against Spotify. Don't be surprised if he files a lawsuit against Spotify. To freedom. To freedom. 3 months ago. What's up, Ashanti? So she told y'all what was going to happen. And then a couple of days ago, Drake files a petition for a possible lawsuit against who? Against who? UMG and Spotify. The two biggest, UMG is the biggest record industry conglomerate, and Spotify is the biggest streaming platform. So old girl been telling y'all this was gonna happen, right? Larry Jackson called Drake about a possible partnership. He was over at Apple, but was planning for the future, and he wanted to partner with Drake, which is what is currently happening with Gamma Music. Drake was one of the first people that Jackson informed about Gamma Music, right? She even pointed out about Drake making a mistake a few years ago and not signing to an independent deal, right? Drake had the chance to simply announce new album out now on his Instagram or share a link to OVO Records. This move could have potentially earned him $10 million a week for 60 weeks, making a total of $600 million off the album. Drake, despite considering this option, Drake ultimately decided to sign a deal directly with UMG in a licensing agreement. A licensing agreement. So for all the people that's going around social media saying Drake's in the 360, Drake's in the 360, it says here he signed a deal directly with UMG in a licensing agreement. The deal turns out to be somewhere around 400 to 500 million for Drake, and he still owns his work at the end of the deal. While in the deal, UMG has the right to license Drake's music however they see fit. I know a lot of people ask, why didn't Drake just go independent? There could be a lot of reasons why. Number one, you now have to pay for and license everything yourself, all the insurances and overheads for these projects. You know, have to either do it yourself or hire trustworthy, knowledgeable people to do it. The other issue is Drake had built up a lot of artists who were signed and certain label execs who Drake thought had his back. He was thinking about he was thinking about how that would affect people like Lil Wayne, who was responsible for putting Drake on, and Nicki Minaj, his lifelong label mate, who he came up with. So for people that say Drake never looks out for Nicki, all she ever does is she looks out for Drake. Drake never has Nicki's back. It says right here. One of the reasons why he didn't do the independent deal is because he was thinking about how it would affect Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. He also had several other artists he was cool with on the come up, and if Drake had went independent, it would have stopped a lot of bags. So he decided to take the UMG deal. So when people think that Drake is just some selfish whatever, he's still thinking about Nicki and Wayne behind the scenes. So unless you know everything, stop talking about it. I hate people that don't know the music business, that they just want to come out on social media and have something to say. Right? Can I get a witness? Put a one in the chat if I can get a witness. Can I get a witness? Oh yeah. We with you have. We ain't going nowhere. Put one. Can I get a witness? Oh yeah. We with you have. We ain't going nowhere. It said there's 40 people in here, so I need to see at least 30 ones. And please, everybody, like the stream. Thumbs up on the stream. Hey Shay. Shay, I need you to DM me after this show, please. I certainly appreciate it. Um, Joe Button. Oh boy. Anyway, so that was a part of industry secrets, right? Now, going back to what they just posted yesterday. Here's what they posted yesterday. Drake's recent legal actions, including his pre-action filings against Universal Music Group and his lawsuit, um, defamation lawsuit related to Kendrick Lamar's diss track "Not Like Us," could indeed ripple through the music industry, exposing the underbelly of how it operates in the streaming era. Here's a breakdown of the situation, its potential implications, and why this case could be transformative. Go ahead, Gina Torres. The key allegations. Look at it. She even got a breakdown. Defamation and negligence. For everybody who doesn't really know what the lawsuits are potentially about. Drake accuses UMG of knowingly releasing a song containing false and damaging accusations against him, including being labeled as a PDF and a predator. His lawyers argue that UMG could have stopped the release or edited the content, but chose not to, allegedly prioritizing financial gain over ethics. Pay to play allegations. Drake claims UMG engaged in a pay to play scheme, funneling money to radio stations to ensure the diss track's widespread promotion. If true, this could expose practices that undermine organic artist competition and inflate specific artists' popularity at others' expense. What he means by that is, if this is formed to be true, you're going to see other artists look back like, so I didn't get my number one record because this record went number one and it was artificial? The potential accusation of civil fraud and racketeering could bring to light how digital streaming platforms record labels and other entities might manipulate metrics to favor certain artists. Woo! Drake, boy, Drake, you are open. You are ready to open up a can of worms, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why he's doing it. Because I don't think she said it. Here's another thing. Expose the show. Why this could be industry shaking? It could expose expose stream manipulation, disrupting pay-to-play practices. For everybody else is doing it, they sitting back like, damn, will you settle out with this guy before he blow the lid off of everything? Challenging artist exploitation, unequal revenue sharing, control over releases. Cardi B sitting back can't release right now, acting like she's not releasing because she can't because she's just not ready to. But in realization, she probably can't release. Shining a light on defamation in music. Wow. The risk and sacrifice for Drake. Here we go. Drake's willingness to sacrifice himself suggests he's prepared to acknowledge his involvement in some of the same questionable practices, such as using digital bots to expose industry-wide corruption. By doing so, he might open the door for other artists to voice their grievances and demand systematic change. This isn't just about winning a rap feud. It's about challenging a system that has long kept artists underpaid and underpresented while profiting massively from their creativity. If Drake wins, it could force labels and streaming platforms to adopt greater transparency, empower other artists to take legal actions or push for unionization, create a roadmap for artists to gain more control over their work and earnings. Sounds like a good thing to me. What's up, Couture? What's up, Bobby? Why the industry is nervous? Drake claims cut to the core of how modern music is monetized and promoted by alleging pay to play schemes and fraud. He threatens to unravel the complex web of relationships between labels, streaming platforms, and radio stations. If these claims are substantiated, it could, one, lead to investigations into past practices. That means they're going to start looking into people's past books and be like, this wasn't a number one. This wasn't really a number one. This wasn't really a number one. Undermining public trust in streaming metrics and rankings, expose systematic inequities in artist compensation. While some may dismiss this as Drake's being a sore loser or sour grapes, he's just mad because he lost a battle to Kendrick. If he had a won this battle, he wouldn't have said anything. The underlying issues could have far reaching consequences for every corner of the industry. Drake's legal battle might just be the catalyst for the music industry's long overdue reckoning. Woo, those are some strong words, Odessa Regina Torres. You know she wants to see the industry fall. Long overdue reckoning. Very deep, Darius. Very deep. You talking about going back to before streaming, other artists, right? But Tanya, if you say their reign is over, but Nicki, Drake, and Wayne, so then if their reign is over, whose reign is beginning? They will not be, right? going forward, because they were signed in the before the mid 2000s came. There's not going to be in rap, and I will put this on one of my homes, right? You can pick which one. I got three. There will not be ever again in hip hop a star as big as Nicki Minaj or Drake going forward. I'm talking about a person to come on the scene. There's not going to be that sort of star that has that sort of longevity. They might come, you might get you a star that, oh my God, breaks all the records within their first 2 years out. But then come year 3 and 4, they're going to be gone. Why? Because I still feel as though within 5 years they're going to start applying AI artists to platforms. And I believe the only way you'll be able to hear the old artists is YouTube. And I believe at that point, YouTube is going to strike a deal with older artists and say, hey, it's all about AI now. What about now? All right. Okay. I'm gonna respond back to get um Drake and reading a blog, right, about um Drake looking out for Wayne and Nicki Minaj. I have not mentioned Nicki Minaj. So Tasha O'Neal, Reese, for them to come in here, I haven't mentioned Nicki Minaj. What are you talking about? So Tasha O'Neal, if you're referring to me, I can get you a badge. So speak up and answer if you're referring to me or not. If you're referring to me in that comment, that really doesn't make any sense because I have not even mentioned Nicki Minaj, right? So, um, to me, hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can y'all hear me or not? One, one. Come on, I don't know. Come on, I don't know. Hold on. Hold on. 1, 2. All right. Can y'all hear me? Yes or no? I swear, I hate when people call me during live. Can y'all hear me? Yes or no? All right. They call me during live and just mess me up. Anyway, back before I was rudely interrupted. What's up, Desi? What's up, Keisha? Randall? However, but back to, I'm not, maybe they left. I'm not letting them slide. Or maybe they're just being quiet now. Treese, what's up, Treese, baby? Um, right before, as I was having issues, I saw this Tasha O'Neal. Now, if Tasha O'Neal was talking to Tanya Police Pedro, okay. But if Tasha O'Neal was talking to me when I haven't even I've mentioned Nicki Minaj one time, and that's because I was reading an article about Drake protecting Nicki and Wayne. If Tasha O'Neal, if you were talking to me, have some balls and say, yeah, nigga, I was talking to you, and we'll get you up out of here. You know, no harm, no foul. We'll get you up out of here. So I'm obsessed with Nicki Minaj, but Milagro isn't, and Ashley Tragedy isn't. Oh, but because they speak 100% pro Nicki Minaj, it's okay if they're obsessed with her, right? But if somebody objective mentions her, then oh, you're obsessed with Nicki Minaj. But the pro Nicki Minaj, they're that post 24 hours a day about Nicki Minaj, they're not obsessed. But if I have an objective post, I'm obsessed. What's up? What's up, Milton? What's up, Milton in the building? Hashtag, excuse me, $ Heaven Hollywood for the Cash App. If you want to support the channel, support the stream. Make sure you hit the stream thumbs up, right? You should have a thumbs up on the stream. Tanya, please, is all cap. Nicki's reign is over, but she outsold every female rap album in last combined. The Nicki reign isn't over. I mean, if you want to say her reign as far as she's the only one that's going to be successful, yeah, that reign was over a couple of years ago. But she's still up there. That's like saying LeBron's reign is over. Is LeBron LeBron may no longer be the best, the dominating the league and the boogeyman and the one everyone's scared of. But LeBron James is still averaging 24, 25 points a game at the age of 40. So his reign still isn't completely over. That's kind of like Nicki Minaj. Is she now still the only sole dominating female rapper? No, there's other female rappers out there doing their thing. However, she's still up there, and she might still even be number one at this moment. There are other girls that are, I don't want to say flourishing. God forbid, a lot that got Lotto in trouble. God forbid if I say other girls are flourishing. So I'll just say there are other girls that are shining, like Glorilla. Shout out to Glorilla, right? Meg Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, right? Dolce, they're getting their shine. Lotto getting a little shine. However, Nicki Minaj, I would say Wayne's reign is more over than Nicki Minaj. Drake is still the number one streamed artist in the world. So how's his reign over? You know what I'm saying? So that's just so y'all looking at social media and saying, "Oh, is he no longer the most popular person on social media?" Maybe that reign is over. But when you start seeing Kendrick being number one and 21, when you start seeing other rappers being the most streamed rapper, at least for that month, then you can say, "Uh-oh, Drake might be declining." But even through the battle of all these months, through the battle, through the hate and that was taking place, he was still the number one streamed rapper in the world. And it's not even close. So until he is not number one anymore, we can't say his reign is over. What, y'all don't hear me again? My my microphone is working fine. Y'all don't hear me again? Nah, no way, man. No way. You do? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I done got me a compliment from a new subscriber. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put my foot up in it. I gotta admit, I love your content. Well, thank you very much, Mocha Cooks. I love that you love my content. Keep coming back. Tell a friend. Be like, "Yo, girl, there's this fine ass bald head nigga that I was listening to." Now you ain't gotta say all that, but be like, "Oh, there's this content creator. He's actually fair and objective. Y'all make sure y'all tune in." And he's funny too, and he does impressions every once in a while. Ah, yeah. So again, what Drake is doing is a massive move, and I wish him the best on it. I just wish he had the timing was a little different, but other than that, I don't really got no problem with it. So let's move on to the racist ass Swifties. Let's move on to the racist ass Swifties. All right. So I didn't want to believe it. I don't know where I've been. People are saying this has been going on, right? People should say, "Oh, this been going on. This been going on." I had no idea that this has been going on, but right now on Twitter is Swiftie racism, and it's trending still. It's still trending, right? All right, y'all can still hear me, right? Hello, I'm looking at my microphone. My microphone is fine. Okay. Right, but Taylor Swift is Caucasian as well, and she's never really come across as a racist to me. All right? So here's the latest in Swiftie racism. This has now been trending for 2 days. and nobody's saying anything about it. Let's look at the top tweets of Taylor racism, right? Hashtag Swiftie racism has now made its way onto national news outlets. An outlet in India named Times of India has now started to report on it. Additionally, Swiftie racism has also surpassed Billboard is Over Party in total tweets, despite it being trended by 4 to 6 fan bases. And if everybody's trying to go back to what they put up, no, 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 no. Beyonce was spotted being a maid during Taylor and Travis Bahamas trip. So they go and put any old person with a yellow shirt, and they're saying Beyonce was being a maid during Taylor and her trip, right? Some of the things that's been said. I saw a Swiftie say Taylor doesn't have to speak against racism because she isn't black, but Beyonce must speak out for Taylor because they're both women. News outlets are picking up Swiftie racism story. Just wait until Monday when every news outlet is back at work. The Empress Tribune, Sports Kita, Times of India. Taylor Swift Swifties have been deservingly awarded the title of most racist fan base of all time. They maintain racism no other fan base have been able to compete with for nearly a decade. See, now that's something I did not know. I was not into her fan base like that. I was not into her fan base like that. Taylor Swift, to me, y'all can tell me whether you agree with it or not. Taylor Swift, to me, needs to address this. She needs to address this, in my opinion. Hold on. Does Taylor, and y'all can let me know down in the chat. Does Taylor Swift need Couture? You have a show. What do you think? Does Taylor Swift need to address? Wait. Need to address racist fans? Because Taylor Swift is known as, oh, the industry darling. This is the girl's girl, right? Everyone says, oh, everyone loves Taylor Swift. She roots for everybody. Does she need to address it? Taylor took a picture with Beyonce on IG and called her the queen, and she turned off her comments. Tyler, the creator, Ben said they were unhinged. Yes, this goes against everything she said for. Thank you, Marla. Couture says, yeah. Couture has a show, Couture Bay, on YouTube. Very successful show, growing in popularity more and more every day. One of the two shows that, one or two YouTubers that I watch, other than Coffee City. And she says, yeah. I'm sure she's going to save more explanation for her own show. Be like, I'm just gonna say yeah here. I'm gonna say that for my own show, nigga. I ain't gonna give you content. You still competition. You might be cute and all that, but still competition. Nigga. I can respect that. I can respect that. Notice how I threw in the "you might be cute." She ain't even saying that. I'm just saying it for her. So I think Taylor Swift. We'll talk about Ray J in a minute. I think Taylor Swift has to address this. She has to put a statement out and say, listen, Selena Gomez, shout out to Selena Gomez. She does it all the time. And where they can't control their fans, right? Where they can't control their fans, they can still say, hey, listen, I said something. Selena Gomez gets props for doing that all the time, even though she can't control her fans. But whenever they go at Hailey Bieber, Selena makes sure she says, hey, guys, listen, that's not what we're about. You know, leave her alone. Don't come at her. Don't try to bully her. Leave her alone. She's not about like all the old fans that are jealous that Justin Bieber went with and pretty much chose Hailey Bieber over Selena Gomez, because that's pretty much what she did. He chose Hailey Baldwin over Selena Gomez. So a lot of them always attack Hailey, and Selena says, "Hey, now she may know that it's not even going to do any good, but at least she could say, hey, I at least tried to stop them." I think she should address it, but I don't think she will if she hasn't already. Lava Kenya says, we know either her or someone on her team is hit. Of course. Taylor Swift, she addressed that Trump thing right away. She addressed the AI pictures of her right away. So she knows she's like she has people online, and Taylor Swift spends enough time online herself that I know she's seen this. We're gonna get to Cleavon. We're gonna get to I don't know if we're gonna do any Diddy stuff, but I'll have a time right before we get off of here where I'll just have for questions, and then any questions y'all got, I'll just answer. Do like a potluck of whatever. I mean, these tweets are pretty straightforward. Look at this. Look at this. Rihanna's first pregnancy. Look at the stuff that they're putting. Hold on. Let me share the screen. I'm sitting here doing this, and y'all can't even see it. Hold on something. Because this is pretty crazy. This is crazy. I mean, this is blatant racism. Blatant. Look at the picture of Taylor Swift with her knee on Beyonce's neck. The George Floyd picture. The George Floyd picture. If I catch you, Bay N-word. Look at that. If I catch Bay N-word, and you have a picture of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift being the George Floyd cop. Um, at brand donation. Let me go back to what. Let me go back to what Randall Nation said. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Okay. One, two, 1, 2. Y'all can still hear me, right? Hold on. The sad thing is Beyonce isn't their first black woman they've came for like this. Um, Let me see. Hello? Okay. Let me look and try to find when I tried to connect it, but they don't even want me to connect to it. Every time I try to connect to it, it throws me off. Might think her fans will turn on her, start calling her an in lover. Well, I mean, she didn't care when she didn't think that they were going to turn on her when she went and supported Kamala Harris. And how could she be an in love? She like all she dates is white men, so they could call her in love all they want, but she stays bigging up Beyonce. And just because she doesn't want her name attached to racism, you know what I mean? Like she don't want her name attached to racism. So I don't understand how these people would say that about her, but I get what you're saying. Look at this nonsense. Look at the stuff they're saying about Beyonce. They got apes, pictures of gorillas. This is nonsense. Blatant racism. It's like MAGA. It's like MAGA Swifties. It's like Swifties, but like the MAGA version. This is crazy. This is crazy. So apparently, people are saying this has been going on for a long time. And they said Taylor Swift never speaks on it. Well, Taylor Swift, you need to say something about it, sis. Taylor Swift needs to speak on this. And she needs to put a statement out and say, hey, listen, I love Beyonce. I always have. Beyonce supports me. I support her. The thing about it is, if Beyonce was number two, the Beehive would have accepted it. They would have been like, oh, at least she's number two. Because I think most people expected Taylor to end up number one. I think that is the Swifties' problem. They expected Taylor to go number one, and since she isn't number one, they have a big problem with that. So I think that is the reason why they just can't take this. But I mean, hey, there's no shame losing to the person who a lot of people consider the great, not me, not me. I just want to go on record saying that. Not me, but a lot of people consider Beyonce as the greatest entertainer of all time. Not myself, but there are people out there. I've heard Wendy Williams say it. I've heard Charlemagne the God say it. I've heard a lot of people say Beyonce is the greatest. living, greatest entertainer, living or dead. Now, again, I don't believe that to be true. Right? I don't believe that to be true, but people do say that. Yeah, I was expecting Taylor to have the number one because the Swifties is going hard for Taylor. Clive Davis called Beyonce the first lady music, the queen of music, right? Clive Davis called, and I understand going hard for Taylor. Her fans should know most publications will not rank Taylor over Beyonce as far as icon impact. Well, I think they was expecting because it was Billboard, and Billboard is the music. You know what I mean? Billboard is supposed to be the music Bible, right? So I believe that they are really disappointed that the music Bible called Billboard did not put the number one artist. Now let's be clear. Let's be clear. When it comes to sales, charted hits, streams in and out of America, and concert revenue, those are all and awards, right? Those are all accolades of directly from music. We're not talking about impact. We're not talking about cultural impact. We're not talking about any of that other stuff. We're talking about straight record sales, charted hits, streams, concert revenue, concert merch, all that stuff that's directly from music. Taylor Swift is without a doubt number one. And over the last 25 years, she's not without a doubt number one. Beyonce was probably number one from 2000 to 2000 and no, I don't know. I would say Rihanna. Rihanna was probably number one, the first part, or Beyonce. Both of them were running neck and neck. But since 2012, 2013, it's been Taylor Swift. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. So if this was just strictly music, right? If this was strictly music, I could see where they would have a gripe. If it was strictly music. But since it's not strictly music, you know, Beyonce being number one is not a stretch. It's not far-fetched. Sorry, it's just not. It's not far-fetched. Long term. So, I mean, from the combine of from the combination of Taylor Swift being able to re-release it, because I'll tell you one thing right now, and I've been following Beyonce her whole career. If Beyonce re-released those albums, ain't no damn way. Most of the Beyonce fans, they don't grew up. You know, her fan base ain't like the Barb's. Like the Barb's fan base, no disrespect to the Barb's fan base, but the Barb's fan base tend to not grow up. They don't tend to grow, right? They tend to stay. They like still act like it's like 2010, 2011. Like they still think that it's in those times for Nicki. Like, oh, it's no different. She was dominating in 2012, and she's dominating now. Nothing's changed. Like, so a lot of the Beehive have grown up, right? So if Beyonce told her fan base, I'm re-releasing all my music, don't buy the old stuff anymore, buy my new records. Beyonce could not do what Taylor Swift did. As big as her fan base is, she can't do what Taylor Swift did. What Taylor Swift did has never been heard of in music. It's never been heard of. To release albums 10 years later, and all of those albums do the same or better than the album that she released 10 years prior, is unheard of. Unheard of. Right? So I can get if this was strictly sales. You know, Taylor has more number ones. Taylor has more top fives. Taylor has more top tens. Taylor has more top 20s. Taylor has more top 40s. Right? So I can get if you're talking strictly about music. But and I get she's outsold Beyonce in Alabama. She's outsold Beyonce in Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. I get it. That was all 50 states, if you're wondering. I get it. But you like that, Reeves, right? I'm an educated nigga now. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I just don't show it. But yeah, Taylor's selling 1 million. Oh shit. But anyway, you gave us a so, but when they say the pop star, the biggest pop star of the 21st century, it's more than just selling records, right? So the Swifties, all they have to come back with was, oh, how is that possible when she's got 14 numbers? Like, okay, you were talking straight music. You wasn't talking brand, clothing line, impact, cultural impact. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Impact on other artists. You know, what female artist has impacted other artists more than Beyonce? Now, I don't think there's one. No, and Rome, I get it. When it comes to sales, that's Taylor, hands down. That's Taylor, hands down. I get it. And like I said, if this was all about just straight music sales, music awards, you know, Grammys, number one hits, top 5 hits, top 10 hits. I get it. That's Taylor Swift all day. Album sales, that's Taylor Swift. But a pop star is more to it than just sales. And that is where Beyonce picked up enough, she closed the gap enough for them to say that she was number one. Because when you talk about a pop artist, like the person said, impact on other artists, impact on the culture, how other artists feel about you, you know, your cultural impact all over, the trends you started, your fashion, right? All that stuff. All that is put into consideration when you're talking about the number one pop star. Not the number one selling pop. Now, if they had said who is the top selling pop star the last 25, that's Rihanna. That is Taylor Swift or Rihanna. But they didn't say that. Right? And like I said, the way I saw it, I said Beyonce could probably still win if they're including Destiny's Child. And they did. You have to include Destiny Child. Because in the early 2000s, I'm a survivor. I'm a I'm a survivor. Whatever the song was. I forgot the song now. And no, you not gonna diss me on the internet. Cause my mama told me better than that. I'm a survivor. Shout out to Whitney Houston. Y'all remember Whitney Houston was on stage like, I'm a survivor. Whitney was high as a kite, boy. I miss old Whitney Houston. But anyway, guys. The Swiftie the racist. I'm just now figuring this out. I don't know where I've been, but I'm just now figuring out that Swiftie the racist. And Taylor Swift, yes, sweetheart, you need to say something, love. You need to say something. Nicki and Ray J. It's the next thing we'll talk about. Nicki Minaj and Ray J. If Kenneth Petty don't step in and shut it down, because Ray J is obviously this has to be this has to be some sort of setup. Because there ain't no way in hell that Kenneth Petty, unless Nicki just got him locked out the room and he can't see nothing, ain't no way in hell that he's allowing this man to bite his bottom lip at his wife and keep calling her beautiful and licking his lips and giving all sorts of googly eyes. You googly eyed. Shout out to me. Shout out to Magic Gunner. Googly eyes. Yo, Tory Lanez is unhinged, boy. You get ready to, they get ready to put your black ass in jail for 10 years. And they ask you, what you got any parting words? Instead of Tory saying, I don't get what you'll say, I didn't do it. That's what I thought he was gonna say. I didn't do it. You got any parting words? Yeah. Make it good. You go. Yo,
That's what you got to say? They get ready to put your ass in jail for a decade, nigga. Like, I would have been like, hell no, 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 no. Judge, no, y'all got this wrong. Y'all got this wrong. I would have said something. I'd been like, nah, y'all got this wrong, my nigga. Like, I would have been up there saying everything that she had him so triggered. You googly eyed. Yo, I ain't heard that since I was a kid. We used to call people like that with with like the bug eyes and the big bifocals. We used to call them that in school. Damn, Tori took it old school. Anyway, he making all these googly eyes at Nicki Minaj, right? I mean, like, come on. This is what I believe is happening. The first time they went live, I believe it was a surprise. I do not believe it was staged. She was genuinely surprised and wanting to know why in the heck Ray J wanted to go live with her so bad. Right? She was genuinely surprised. Now that this happened last time, and then she's back on live with him in less than 2 weeks. I believe now it's staged. I think they saw the reaction that they got. I think people were, oh my God, Nicki and Ray J, they're just so funny. And I think that she's getting ready to roll out Queen Radio again. And do not be shocked. Do not be shocked if Ray J is the first guest coming back on Queen Radio. Do not be shocked if she sits down and she gets the first exclusive interview with Ray J. Do not be shocked. Because people are saying, oh, these two, they need a show together. They need to do a podcast together. They're so hilarious. And by her calling Ray J ugly, I just refuse to believe that Ray J had no idea that was going to happen. They most definitely spoke before that live. Most definitely. They most definitely spoke before that live. And Nicki's trying to ask him questions like, Sal, are you scared? Ray J, let me ask you. Are you scared? She was trying to get into no, I'm not. No, I'm not scared. I'm just telling my truth, Nicki. I'm all I could do is be truthful. I'm just telling my truth, and you looking beautiful. I all I can do. Listen, don't do that. Don't ever do that. Ever. I know what you're trying to do, Ray J. All I'm just being honest, Nicki. When I see you, it's like when I see you, it's like Fantasia when I see you. Every time I spend time, listen, we are not spending time together. Don't say that. Stop it right now. We are not spending time together, Ray J. So Ray J makes, oh yeah, whenever we spend time together and this, that, no. She's going to make it. Now, Couture says, I don't think it's going to be exclusive. I believe that she's going to make this thing out like Ray J's coming on there and he's gonna just be spilling everything. And I think she's gonna do that in order for people to tune in. Right? Um, because I refuse to believe that Kenneth Petty, as much as he's in her business, stands there and watches him make googly eyes at Nicki and bite his lip and all this other stuff. Um, if they go live one more time, this will confirm what I'm saying. And it's going to be, oh, I'm going to try to get Nicki not to hang up on me, y'all. So I need the barbs. I need y'all help. Because remember, the first time he was talking, he went a little while, she hung up. The second time, he stayed on a little longer. She finally hung up. It's going to turn into this whole thing about, can Ray J prevent Nicki from hanging up on him? What can I say, Barbs, to keep her on the phone? You know, I like our conversations. I want her to know that, you know, I think about her whenever we get off the phone. I'm telling you, this is all a rollout. Because of their history. Now, again, as I said on my live on IG, for y'all that wasn't around and all you know is what's in the media, you can't speak on it. But there was a time right before, this is, I guess she was still managed by Puff, right? When she first came in, remember when she was managed by Puffy and Puffy had her go to Justin's Sweet 16 or Justin's date? Well, around that time, Ray J, who was about the same age as Nicki, a little older. It's funny, it seems that way because it seems like Nicki's older than Ray J, but Ray J's actually older than Nicki. Right around that time, Ray J also was interested in Nicki Minaj. Now, this is when Ray J was on fire. This is right after, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. It's on and popping. The DJ's watching. Chicken head clocking. It's on tonight. We had a long day, yo. Put the sky by the peso. Pocket full of pesos. Right? It was right around that time, right? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. So he was on fire. But he was also just finished messing with Lil' Kim. Right? This is just around. See you in the time of wilding out. I wanna do to play around. Tired of your life and play around. This is what I need. Oh, I need. You never need. It's good to see happy. I was for you. It's not to do. In the summer, right? He was on fire. I ain't gonna lie. He was on fire. So this is right after he was messing with the girl who has the girl who said she's got cancer, right? Girl she said has cancer. Well, something happened to Ray J trying to expose it. No, because not as long as he's doing it right now, because everybody's doing it. Right? Everybody's trying to call this up exposing Diddy, but they're not really saying anything. You know what I mean? They're exposing Diddy, but they're still not really saying nothing. I mean, so um, right? They're not putting names to nothing. They're not saying, "Oh yeah, I saw him and Meek Mill." Diddy, you know, I saw you and Meek. You know, like nobody's saying that. No, nobody of any status is saying that. Only YouTubers, bloggers who weren't there, and fake people who are getting exposed more and more every day. These girls that are saying that they're victims, They're getting exposed on YouTube every day. Even Tisa Tells. Shout out to Tisa Tells. I give Tisa Tells a lot of flack, but I'm also going to give her credit when I see something that she did good. And she exposed this girl, right? She exposed this chick, Misha, whatever her name is, talking about she is Diddy's old something. I'm like, girl, please. Bye, bye, bye. Right. So, anyway, she exposed her as a fraud. Her name was like, oh, I don't know, some ugly chick that it looks like she was not Diddy's type. Like, I don't know if Diddy SA'd you, chick, because you don't look like Diddy's type. And you could tell like somebody was hot back in the day. Like if you were hot back in the day, you're not gonna be ugly now. Like you don't go from hot to ugly. And those, you might go from hot to chubby, and you might be overweight, but your face is still hot, or similarly hot from what you looked like 20 years ago. So most of the time, if you can tell a chick looked good back in the day, for the most part, they're not going to be ugly now. Like, stop it. You might be fatter. You may have put on some weight. You might not have a double chin now, but you can still look at them like, okay, I can see where 20 years ago she was hot. This chick right here, you don't look like you were hot in 2000, miss. You look like you were ugly in 2000, just like you ugly in 2024. And I'm sorry, Diddy was not saying you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right, Lamisha. That was her. That was her lying. I knew it. Oh, so Danny Robinson. Thank you, Reese. I'm gonna look into that. Danny Robinson exposed it. Good. Good. That chick is a liar. And they just want to believe everything about Diddy. I'm telling you, they want to believe everything about Diddy. They even let the liars come on. So here's the thing again, Bobby Ruffin. Here's the thing about the freak offs. What you said, because there's a whole lot of top people that was involved in these so-called freak offs. Okay, so here is the thing. That is not correct. Right? And I'll tell you why. And how I could prove that they're not correct is just simply go back to where it all started. Whose lawsuit started everything? Cassie, right? Whose lawsuit is the biggest? Who's got the most pages? Cassie, right? Go back to Cassie's lawsuit and read it. Right? That was the first lawsuit. Go back to Cassie's lawsuit and read it. And tell me where in that lawsuit that she ever mentioned all the celebrities. Tell me. What did Cassie say the freak offs were? Now, this is out of Cassie's mouth, right? This is where we first heard about freak offs. This is where people first started referring or referencing freak offs. If you go back to Cassie's lawsuit, and this is the lawsuit that they got the indictment on. If you go back to Cassie's lawsuit, yeah, let me know, Reese. Cassie explained what the freak offs were. And she never ever mentioned other celebrities. She never said that he made her F other celebrities. She never said that there was other celebrities that what people have now made this out to be is, oh, a party that Puff throws and everybody's in there freaking off. A whole bunch of celebrities and that's not what freak offs are. That is not what Cassie described freak offs as. Cassie said freak offs, and these are her words, not mine. She said it was, when they asked to explain it, she said it was kind of like our own dirty little secret. It was like after a party or after an after party, he would then want me to find some sex workers online and call them for a freak off. It is not the Diddy parties that he throws that everyone sees online. Those are not freak offs. So when people say, "Oh, look at a picture of Kamala Harris at a Diddy party or Denzel," those are public events. You're not going to see any pictures. Have y'all seen any pictures of the sex workers, the alleged sex workers? No, because there are no pictures of them. This was not something that was made known. Diddy did not want people to know that he got off from watching men smash Cassie. That was a secret. So why would he let everybody know that? Why would he do that out in public? That's not what freak offs were. Cassie said it was our secret. It would be him, her, and sex workers. I think the most she said was 2 at a time. The most sex workers had was 2. But it was not, oh, a bunch of celebrities and we're all fucking. That's not what freak off is. Y'all have made it that. The mainstream public and the media and the feds have made it that. Without anybody going back to Cassie's lawsuit and saying it was like a secret. Y'all making it seem like Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Diddy taking a picture at a freak off. Like, does that even make sense? Oh, here they are at a freak off. Like I said, I have pictures at Diddy from 10 of the 5 Diddy parties I went to. I got about 10 photos. That wasn't a freak off. It was just a Diddy party. It was actually a party. If they were gonna freak off anywhere, it would have been a party I went to, because that was actually a party that was a 10 to 10 party, 10 at night to 10 in the morning, and it was strictly partying, dancing, drinking. Now, whether any of his friends went back that may have met a chick or whatever, and maybe they went back in one of his rooms, maybe his sons went back. I don't know. But it's not like a freak off is not, oh, all these people laying around having sex. Why all the baby? Oh, baby, but look how long he's been doing it. Maybe he's lubrication. So why all the baby oil? Well, how long has he been fucking? Maybe baby oil is lubrication. And again, that's another thing that is overblown. All of those raids, you have to remember, they raided 3 spots. They raided 3 spots. The baby oil, the 1,000 cartons of baby oil is from what they recovered from all his spots combined. It's not they got 1,000 bottles of baby oil from one spot. And again, let's say they did. Is that a crime? What does that prove? Except he likes lubrication and that he's had a bunch of sexual partners. So because they recovered, let's say they did recover 1,000 bottles of baby oil, right? Is that a crime? Jazz Tavidi, why all the baby oil? See, you're falling into the trap of what the media wanted you to do. That's why they put that out there. Because the baby oil really has nothing to do with these charges. None. And their indictment is based on Cassie's lawsuit. But let me ask you a question. In that whole 60 page, right? There's rumors of the tapes. Who started those rumors? There's tapes of him and Cassie. There's tapes of him and Cassie, yes. He videotaped it. I'd be willing to bet Diddy don't have no sex tapes of celebrities that he brought to his house having sex. I'd be willing to bet it. I'd be willing to bet it. Jaguar said it. There you go. That's all you need to know, Jazz Tavidi. That's all you need to know. Jaguar, the same Jaguar, right, that said she was at the freak off, but she was only there to save the victims. That Jaguar, right? Same Jaguar that put her son's dead ashes all over her face. The same Jaguar that said she saw a videotape of Nicki Minaj eating out Megan Thee Stallion. The same Jaguar, right, that said Nicki Minaj was a stripper before she was a rapper. That Jaguar? You want us to believe that Jaguar, right? So if she's telling the truth about Diddy, then she's telling the truth about Nicki, right? Right. So if she's telling the truth about Diddy, okay. Well, when it comes to Nicki, she exaggerated, huh? Yeah, stop. Stop it. Stop. That's not an exaggeration. That's a lie. That's a lie. That saying she got seen a video of Nicki Minaj eating of Megan eating out Nicki, and that's why Nicki's really mad at Megan because Megan stopped their relationship. That's not an exaggeration. That's an all-out lie. An exaggeration is we confiscated 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That's an exaggeration. So it was 1,000 right on the button. So they counted the baby oil and said 99.97, 9.98, 9.99, 1,000. So it was 1,000 bottles right on the nose. Or is 1,000 the number that they knew they could put out there that would stick in everybody's mind? You saw they didn't confiscate 777 bottles and said, we just go round it off to 1,000. Because that's sex trafficking. So why is Diddy a sex trafficking? Because Jazz Twitty, that is, go back and read the indictment. The indictment is strictly on Cassie. She's saying that he sex trafficked her. They only have one victim right now, and that's Cassie. So if you fly sex workers to your location and you cross state lines, it don't matter if it's only one person. That's sex trafficking. That's what it's from. Sex trafficking don't mean a whole bunch of people. Sex trafficking mean one person. She never mentioned anywhere in that lawsuit him trafficking other women. She said her. Little Rod's a liar. That's Little Rod's a liar. He got to prove it. Got to prove it. And until they got proof, Cassie had proof. Cassie was with him 10 years. Until they got proof, like I said, they're liars to me. You're going to have to prove it. I can step up. Like I said, I got pictures squeezing Holly Berry ass at the Oscars party. I got pictures of Megan Good sitting on my lap. I got pictures hugged up with Megan Good. I got pictures hugged up with Gloria Govan and her sister. I got a whole bunch of pictures. And I'm a filmmaker. So I got pictures that I can throw out there and attach a story to it and make it believe and file a lawsuit. I can say, oh, Holly Berry essayed me. Here's a picture right here. Here's the proof. That don't mean it's true. That don't make it true. Anybody can file a lawsuit. Lil Rod had pictures of him being at the studio. Okay, does that mean that you got essayed? That don't prove that. Some of these people at some point gonna have to come up with a report. None of y'all. So out of all, even after all these years that you haven't even been around Puffy, right? None of y'all told the police. Y'all ain't found not one report. Not even with your local police. Y'all ain't got no hospital records nowhere. Oh, he paid off the hospital, right? He paid off the police. He paid off the hospital. He paid off the medical examiner. He paid all these people off, but he can't pay them. He can't get out of it now. And he got more money now than he had back then. Nah. We're living in the clout-chasing era. This is nothing to me until you come with proof. Like I said, Cassie was with him 10 years. I believed Cassie from day one. I didn't need the videotape. I didn't need the videotape to believe Cassie. A lot of people didn't believe her until they saw the tape. I didn't need the videotape to believe Cassie. But in Cassie's lawsuit, did she ever mention baby oil? No. In Jane Doe #1, did she mention baby oil? No. Did Little Rod mention baby oil? No. None of these people mentioned baby oil. You notice that? Now, ever since the cops put out that they confiscated baby oil, now every single lawsuit since has mentioned baby oil. Now, all of a sudden, he put baby oil on him. But Cassie never mentioned baby oil. She never mentioned baby oil. She was with him 10 years. The first lawsuit never said anything about, oh yeah, then he put baby oil. He drugged me with baby oil. Little Rod never said he drugged me with baby oil. They're saying that they had a drink and he spiked the drink. Which that's believable, right? It's believable that those drinks were spiked. It's also believable that you consented to drinking those spiked drinks. You see, I'm a different type of dude, right? I feel sorry for victims who are really victims. I feel sorry for victims who are really victims. No, I understand that, Jazz, but if you notice, they started to try to say, oh, that's not real baby oil. He had a date rape drug inside the baby oil. And that's how he used to paralyze these victims. I was around Puffy in the 90s and 2000s. Trust me, Puffy did not have to drug women in order for them to sleep with him. Them women were doing that for free. Puffy did not have to drag women to drug women. Did you see Puffy? Did you see Flavor Flav? Now, listen. I don't judge men, right? I don't judge men. But and they might both even be ugly to certain people. But if you put Puffy and Flavor Flav next to each other, and they said you didn't know nothing about either one of them. They just took these two men and they said to the women, you are only going to be able to date one of these two men for the rest of your life. It's between Puffy and Flavor Flav. And you don't know their names. You don't know nothing about them. Put a 1 in the chat if you're going to pick Puffy, and put a 2 in the chat if you're going to pick Flavor Flav. This is hypothetical. All hypothetical. All hypothetical. You didn't know who they were. They just presented you with two pictures. And they're like, we're sorry, but for the rest of your life, this is going to be your man. One of these two men are going to be your man. Right? Everybody's going to choose Puffy. I say that to say, I say that to say, do you know that women were literally fighting over Flavor Flav to win, just to win the show? There was no prize money, just to win the show. And if there was prize money, it may have been like 10 racks. Just to win the Flavor of Love show, women were fighting over Flavor Flav. So do you think that Puffy needs to drug women to fuck him in his 20s as the most powerful executive, young executive in the music business, do you really think that Diddy had to drug women in order? They'll sleep with him for free. They'll sleep with him for free. I've seen it. These women will sleep with these celebrities for free. Yeah, that baby oil. They just said 1,000 just to make my 1,000 bottles of baby oil up. Like, so what? If you having sex a lot, if you having sex a lot, you need lubrication. You know what I mean, so Couture, Couture, you make it seem as though like, oh, only because he's taller. So let's say Flavor Flav was taller. You take Flavor Couture, you try to make it seem as though like, oh, tall was the deciding factor. So if Flavor Flav is taller than Puffy, underage girls, there's no proof of that. There's still no proof of that. I know, Couture, you have to play the game. My God, I'm saying that neither one is your type, but I'm saying if they're saying you have to pick one of these two, you have no other options. You have to pick one of these two. Just hypothetical. My God, we know it's not real life. There's no proof of underage. Again, I don't go on. I'm not speculating on nobody. I'm not calling nobody no PDF. I'm not saying, oh yeah, there were underage girls there. How do we know? How do we know that? How do we know that? That we have absolutely 100% zero proof that there were any underage girls at his home. There's no proof of that. It's just people coming forward saying it. There is no proof of it. Little Rod came out and pretty much made himself look stupid by showing a picture of a girl saying, oh, I think this girl is underage. That girl came out and was like, what are you talking about? I was 20 years old in that picture. That girl's already come out and debunked that. The other girl that he had a picture was 30 years old, and it was Justin's girlfriend. He said, oh, here's a picture of two girls. They're presumably 17 or under. The first girl came out and said, I was 19, going on 20 in that picture. The second girl came out and said, I'm Justin's girlfriend, and I'm damn near 30 years old. What are you talking about? If you notice, you ain't heard Lil Rod say nothing else about young girls after that. And it wasn't until he came out and said that people started trying to attach little girls to Buffy. It's all a trickle-down effect. They know what's going to sound the worst. There is absolutely no proof. Now you got some new girl. Oh yeah, he had little girls there dressed like with the Chinese Barbie wigs on. No pictures. Nobody snapped up. Nobody said, "Oh shit, I got to snap a picture of this." Like, at some point, you have to take your hatred out for a person, and you have to take your, jumping on the bandwagon stuff out, and just think logically. You have to use common sense after a certain time. You got to use common sense. And people are seeing that it could be a quick payday, or at least they're being led to believe it could be a payday. And it's kind of like a class action lawsuit. If you had T-Mobile back in 2004, and then your friend is like, "Oh shoot, girl, I T-Mobile got a $1 billion class action lawsuit going against them, and I'm hearing people is getting checks. They cashing people, they settling out people. I'm seeing people coming away with $7,000, $10,000 because they jumped on this class action lawsuit. I'm gonna get on it because what do I got to lose?" And then you start thinking like, you know what? Did I have T-Mobile in 2004? Yo, you know what? I think I had T-Mobile in 2004. Let me go get on this class action lawsuit. They probably owe me some money. That's the same thing that's happening with Diddy. But if T-Mobile did you so dirty, how come you didn't complain back then? How come you didn't go to T-Mobile for your money, for your credit back? If they did you so dirty, why didn't you go back then? Right? Why didn't you go back then? And exactly, Sugar Ice, you made a good point. A lot of them girls that say, "Oh, I was 17." Did you tell Diddy that? Because I've already experienced that. I told y'all the story about being backstage with Timberland. I told you the story. I was backstage with Timberland. Shout out to Tim during one of his tours, and there was girls, dozens, hundreds, trying to get backstage. There was women there with their daughters, trying to get their daughters backstage. And a mother that was there with her 18-year-old daughter said, "We want to come backstage, and I'll suck whoever's dick I gotta suck to get back there with you." I was sitting right there. I was sitting right there, and I was like, "What?" So Timberland, here, that sounds good and all that, sweetheart, but I got my son back here. I got my son back here. His son was 11 years old at the time. I got my little son back here. You know what the girl said? The girl's mama said, "I'll suck his dick too." On my mother. On my mother. I'll suck his dick too. This was a mother back there. She was probably 37, 38. She was back there with her 19-year-old daughter. 18, 19 years old. I'll suck him too. I'll suck his dick too. Your son. He said, "My son, my 11-year-old son." She said, "Yeah. If that's how I'm going to get back here with you." Let me tell you something, man. Them girls been lying about their age forever. And I'm not saying that all of them lied about their age. I'm not saying that there's no female girls who's been taken advantage of at a young age or raped at a young age. No, I'm not saying that. But the ones that have proof of that, without question, whoever is responsible for it needs to pay. However, you just not walking up in here, not especially after we done seen black men for years and years and years get blamed for rapes on white women and blamed for rapes that they did not commit. And they spend 20, 30 years in jail for people to come out and say, "You know what? They were actually innocent the whole time. Sorry. Our bad." when you simply could have just did research from the beginning to see if they were innocent or see if they were guilty. Right? So there's been plenty of women, girls who lied about their age that was 16, 17. I just see it all the time in the club. At Nakasaki, at Jamrock, I'm at the door with my boy, and there was so many girls like, oh, I'll flash you. I'll show how old are you? Um, I'm 18. You got ID? No, I left my ID at home. Like, come on. Like, I'll flash you. I'll show you some titties. I'll show you some pussy. I'll show you something. Like, let me in. Okay, I'm 17, but I'm gonna be 18 in a couple of months. You know what I mean? There was girls doing anything to get in them clothes. Fake IDs, offering blowjobs, anything. Especially when Nakasaki was hot in the late 90s. What? Or early 90s. Early to mid 90s when Nakasaki and Jamrock was the hottest club in New York. The hottest club, them girls was lying all day about their age. So if you lied and said you were 19 and then went back there and fucked Puffy, I'm sorry, I can't blame Puffy on that. If you were lying about your age and you presented some fake ass ID, nah, I'm sorry. I can't blame him for that. I can't blame him for that. That's like if somebody goes to a bar and they got a fake ID. It says they're 21, and you looking at the ID, looking at them, looking at the ID, be like, looks legit to me. It says they're 21. And then you serve them alcohol, and then they go and get into an accident. They leave and get to an accident and kill somebody. You can't be like, well, why did you serve them alcohol? They're underage. You're like, I checked their ID, and their ID said 21. I'm not no detective. I ain't no detective. It said 21, so I honored it. Look, the bitch said she was 19. It is not my job to detect whether these IDs are fake or not. I can't detect that. I'm not a detective. She told me she was 19. So I put my dick in her mouth. That's her fault that she did not admit she was 19. That's her problem. You know? So he won't, bro, stop it. What are you talking about? Stop what? He won't what? No, you can't call it bandwagon. It didn't hurt. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can call it bandwagon if you hurt people because it's bandwagon if you're hopping on it and nothing happened to you. It is bandwagon because just because he hurt people, that don't mean he hurt you. So if I go out there just because Diddy's hurt people, if I go out there like, yeah, here's my picture of Diddy, he squeezed my ass. I got pictures with Diddy. Yeah, he squeezed my ass too. Just because he did it with someone else, that to me he did it with me. If he did, he did. End the story. Right. But you got to prove he did it. That's my point. Under no dram shop law, no, it ain't. Oh, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. It just happened. It just happened not long ago with a bar back around my way. Some kids came in there with false ID. They went and made their little license or whatever. They showed their license to the bartender. The bartender deemed their license to be real. They served them alcohol. They went and got in trouble later on. The parents tried to sue the bar. They just lost that lawsuit. The judge determined that the bars acted, did not act in, whatever word they use, and they were acting under the penalty of thinking that those kids were 21 because they had an ID that passed the ID inspection. These kids these days know how to make shit that the computer will snip. They know how to hack into the computer systems, make the barcodes. Then those people lost that lawsuit to the bar. Nah, I don't need to go. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go and make up no lie to get them. I don't need money like that. I'm good. You know what I mean? To me, in the end, people who are doing that, you're not gonna last. Patience, let's go. Like people that are doing that, that money ain't gonna last, and or something's bad is gonna happen to you when you out spending it or something. Anybody who gets money from people unjustifiably, that's gonna come back on you. So I would never do that. I don't care how many pictures I got with Diddy. I don't care. He ain't never done nothing to me. So if ain't nobody did nothing to me, I ain't filing no charges on him. I'm not jumping on no bandwagon. I never even did that with the class action lawsuits back in the day. Like, oh, get on the lawsuit. All you gotta do is say that T-Mobile did you wrong, even if they didn't. They giving out some money. Nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. Come on, get dressed. I'm not gonna do that because that's gonna come back. Karma gonna come back somehow or another. Mm-hmm. No, I don't need to get. I don't need to get no money. So again, I know living in the era that we living in now with these young folks, it's guilty until proven innocent. You gotta prove that you innocent. Where it's like, wait a minute, why do I gotta prove I'm innocent when you're accusing me? You're accusing me. It's always innocent until proven guilty. It's not guilty until proven innocent. But that's what that's what y'all niggas try to make this now. Y'all try to make that this new generation, because of social media, y'all try to make it innocent, guilty until proven innocent. We proving you guilty that you got to go out and prove that you ain't guilty. Nah, that ain't the way it works. That ain't the way it works. If you are accusing me, you gonna need to prove that what you're accusing me of is factual. Go get your shoes on.
Hi, Daddy. I love you. Just wanted to give you a huggy.
Okay, all right. Come on, get your shoes on now.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Come on, babe, stop. Get your shoes on.
I like to do offline, but online I don't like.
Because on live, I'm busy. Duh, you just said why.
But
Bye.
don't, please.
Come on, get your shoes. Saying this is how all YouTubers are doing with both Diddy and Drake. Yep. That's what I'm saying. But I don't fall into that. Like, see, that's why I'm not very popular on YouTube, because I'm not going to look. They're seeing everything that's trending, and oh, I'm gonna go make a quick buck. Let me go on here and talk, throw mud at Diddy and make up stuff about Jay-Z because that's what's getting all the clicks. Nah, I don't need clicks that much. I got a trust fund. I still got about 245K left out of the 400K that my grandfather left me. I'm about halfway through it though. I gotta spend my money wisely for the next 40 years on this earth. Because I done went through about 2 and change now. Yeah, the go along crew. I'm not with that. You know what I mean? I'm not with that. But a lot of people are. A lot of people want to be with that go along shit. Oh, because it gets clicks and oh yeah, let's talk about Jay-Z. Oh, Jay-Z's next. Why? Why? Why is Jay-Z next? What'd he do? Oh, he killed Kathy White. Really? You got proof of that? You even have a picture of him with Kathy White. No? Oh, okay. Jaguar Wright said, yeah, Beyonce, oh, I can't wait till she goes down. She killed Aaliyah. Really? She did, huh? So Beyonce, what did she slide under the plane and cut the brakes? What did Beyonce do? How's she responsible for Aaliyah's plane crashing? Beyonce hired the pilot. What I want you to do is, I know that you got a family left, but I think you should just kill yourself. I'm going to hire you to be the pilot. You have to kill yourself, though. Yes, I think UMG will settle with Drake, Kenya. I absolutely think so. I don't think Drake would be going through this if he had absolutely no chance of winning this lawsuit. So when Jaguar Wright got people believing that, oh yeah, Jaguar said that Beyonce killed Aaliyah. How? Y'all still ain't telling me how. For all the people that believe that nonsense, please tell me how. Don't just tell me, oh yeah, because Aaliyah was drugged and put on the plate. So number one, you don't know that to be true. Number two, okay, let's say she was drugged and put on the plane. How did it crash? And how is Beyonce responsible for that? She paid the guy off to kill himself? What would that do? What good would that do? How? Casino for life. That's the same guy who said that the Lakers have magnets in the basketball hoops, right? That's the same guy. That's the same guy who said LeBron James has magnets in the basketball hoop. So when the ball goes and shoots in, the magnets, they push a button and the magnet pushes the ball out when it's not LeBron James' team, but it sucks the ball in when it is LeBron. That's Casino, right? Man, if y'all don't stop mixing these people up in my life, that's the one y'all believe? When it is totally scientifically impossible for a magnet to attract rubber. A basketball is made of rubber and leather. Magnets do not attract rubber or leather. It is scientifically impossible. Scientifically impossible for him to put. So what he's saying is the magnet is inside of the basketball. So they're doing all this for LeBron James to get eliminated in the first round of playoffs. They doing all that. That's what I'm saying, Marla. Because they got people, actually idiot people, that's believing it. So he doing all that to get eliminated. I can see if they're saying, and LeBron keeps winning the championship. So it's a narrative that they're pushing. So they're going to do all that. They're going to put rubbers. They're going to put magnets inside the basketball. They're going to push a button so when other teams shoot the ball, when it's getting ready to go in, they push a button for it to get pushed out. They do all that for LeBron to get swept in the first round. If they're going to do that, they might as well do it until he wins the title. People don't use common sense. They don't use common sense. I'm telling you. Common sense is now been taken over by clout. No, Marla, they only say it about LeBron. They only say it about LeBron. Kind of like how they say Jay-Z pays the police, the hospital, the medical examiner. He paid the medical examiner in Tory Lanez thing. He paid off the jury in the Tory Lanez thing. He paid off the hospital in the Tory Lanez case. He paid off the police in the Tory Lanez case. He pays off Billboard. He pays off the record labels. He pays off Spotify. But can't seem to get Beyonce an album of the year. Can't seem to pay them off for that. He can pay everybody else off. But the Grammy said, oh no, the album of the year, that's where it stops. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh my God. Yeah, the president, he paid off all these people. But he can't seem to get Beyonce an album of the year. He couldn't pay off the country music awards, they got integrity, huh? They said, Jay-Z, screw your money. We ain't giving her no nominations. He couldn't pay them off, huh? Lord have mercy. Yeah, paying me. Why would he pay me? I got 17,000 subscribers. What the hell would he pay me for? Yeah, I'm going to go out and pay this guy. They got 17,000 subscribers, got 50 people in his live. I'm going to go pay him. Instead of paying off Tasha K, who got 1 million people, or Lovely T, who got 1 million subs. I'm going to go pay this guy with 17,000 subs and 9,000 Instagram followers. Come on, man. Marla, this is the thing. This generation just cannot deal with someone who just has a mind of their own. I'm not a narrative guy. I'm a bust up a narrative guy. I don't do narratives. So when they're so used to the clout chasing, right? They're so used to the clout chasing that they just can't understand how someone else thinks different from what all the clout chasers are thinking. That's like a girl now, you're so used to BBLs, whenever you see a girl with a fat ass, what's the first thing you think? Is that real or fake? Because you're so used to women nowadays not having real butts, not big butts, girls that butts are big, not being real. So first thing, y'all think that's real or fake? Whereas back in the day, that was never a question. That was never a question. Nowadays, the moment they said it with Megan, oh, is that real? Is her body real? That's the first question you say now. And again, the Jaguar right ain't been sued yet. People has already addressed that. People's already been addressed that. If there's been years, the National Enquirer been lying on people for years. So Nicki Minaj didn't sue Jaguar Wright for saying that about that sex tape. She also didn't sue her for saying that she was a stripper. So you think that's true? So you think that's true then? So because she hasn't been sued, hardly anyone's been sued. Only Tasha K, out of all the blogs, Shade Room, TMZ, only Tasha K has really been sued. So you mean to tell me every lie that's ever been told about celebrity, because they didn't sue, it was true? Celebrities were not suing. And like I said, y'all see Cardi B and you start thinking it's normal. Celebrities don't usually sue. It was just that Cardi B did it. And now since a couple of people saw that she did it, now they say, I'm a sue. Celebrities have not been suing blogs and websites for years. Look at the National Enquirer, how long they've been telling lies on celebrities. And because they don't sue, that don't mean, I'm not suing because it's true. No. Let me get up out of here. Hashtag, $ Heaven Hollywood for the Cash App. I'm gonna check y'all later, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy stream.
Don't you forget about me.